I am going to run a correlation test on SPSS to examine the relationship between the amount of time people spend on their phones and the amount of time people spend working or studying. These are both continuous variables which are required to run a correlation test. My null hypothesis states that there will be no significant relationship between the amount of time people spend on their phones and the amount of time people spend working or studying. My alternative hypothesis states that there will be a significant relationship between the amount of time people spend on their phones and the amount of time people spend working or studying. To perform the test, I am going to click on Analyze, Correlate, Bivariate. Here I selected my two continuous variables that I am testing. Click OK, and here's the data. I am going to examine the data by first finding the p-value to determine if the null hypothesis should be accepted or rejected. In this case, the p-value is 0.06, which is significantly less than the threshold of 0.5 or even 0.1, meaning that there is a statistically significant relationship between the amount of time people spend on their phones and the amount of time people spend working or studying. As a result, we can determine that the alternative hypothesis is accepted and the null hypothesis is rejected. Lastly, I am going to find the R value in this data, which is going to determine the type of correlation between these two variables, which in this case is negative. This indicates that the more time people spend on their phones, the less time they spend working or studying.